Hi there guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be reviewing Venom, and this one is called The Abyss. This volume has 7 to 12 issues, and this one basically carries on from the last Venom review I did. So this is the second volume of Venom. Danny has done a brilliant job, I'd definitely say, for the last two volumes that I've read. He's done a really good storytelling of how Venom is feeling and how Venom is being affected by all of this nonsense that is going on, and that he's doing a very good way of writing how Venom is truly feeling. And I do actually really appreciate how they've mentioned about not all superheroes are always happy and bubbly in their own little world. Obviously some superheroes, I mean, I can half call Venom superhero and half not, but not every superhero is going to be feeling great, positive. And I do like how they bring out the fact that Venom is feeling very vulnerable, very lonely, practically depressed and at despair at this point in this volume. And I do very much appreciate that a writer can gravitate to that, because it feels like the writer's kind of picturing it in his own head how that character may be feeling, because maybe he's felt like that before. Maybe I'm just speculating at this point, but it's just very nice to read a comic that has emotions in there that I wouldn't necessarily say that I have read in a comic before. So like obviously in this they have like quite a long monologue of Venom on the train going to see his dad in San Francisco, sorry. And on that journey he's thinking about all these things that's in his head, and how he's feeling so lonely and just so despaired, and how he just doesn't see the point in anything anymore. And it's just quite nice to see that and feel that emotion that character's going through, instead of it all just being like fighting crime, saving the day, beating the baddie. Okay then, so in this we see Eddie and Venom being taken away, and he basically wakes up in this research scientist facility by no other than Reed Richards, which is obviously Mr. Fantastic, but in a different universe, and he's actually a baddie in this, and he has a really weird costume design. I'm not gonna lie, like when I was researching all this up, I was just like, this guy is really weird. Like the whole costume just looks like a big eggplant art. Yeah. So he's also known as the Ultimate Reed Richards in comics as well. But it was really interesting to read about that and seeing the different character in there that I've never saw before. But basically he's the bad guy. He's trying to research on Eddie and Venom because something has been stolen from volume 1 that we saw at the very end. So he asks Eddie and Venom what's going on. He then tells Eddie that basically Venom is dead and he's basically just a dog, and he's just still in your system, but he's just not going to be as active, shall we say. And obviously Eddie asks about like who Reed is and what he's doing to him and why he's doing this to him, and basically Reed tells him that he works for a group or a gathering, and that group and gathering answer to a higher power, and they are called Project Oversight. And in this basically there's just like, well, you know, I don't know anything about this. Obviously this is on Earth 606, I think, or 626. I can never remember. But so obviously something's going on in there. I'm not too sure if there's another prologue with that. And so Eddie basically tells Reed that he doesn't know anything about what's been taken away from him in his lab. He also tells Reed also tells Venom that Flash Thompson is dead. Eddie goes to his grave. Well, Reed shows Eddie his grave, not a real grave. And you can see that Eddie is feeling very shocked and just very at despair at this point now, because he knows that Venom loved Flash, and that he knew that he would never be like Flash, if that makes sense. And Eddie actually tells Flash at his grave that Venom still misses him, that his other misses him, and that he knows that he'll never be able to be as good as Flash. which is really weird saying, by the way, because obviously Flash is DC as well, and it's just like, why can't you think of a different name, guys? But anyway, so after that's been shown, you can just see the despair in Eddie at this point, and he's just like, what the hell's going on? I've just had a god inside of me. I've just fought a god. Like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. And so Eddie basically tells Reed to bugger off and to leave him alone. Then obviously Eddie escapes from the scientist's place, obviously, goes on a whole despairing rant. He discovers himself, and I think Venom also discovers himself, obviously because I'm casting Venom as a different entity. And I definitely say that I loved the writing of this. Like, I definitely prefer this to Volume 1. But they're both a brilliant read. But I don't know, I felt something with the reader. I felt something while reading this as the reader. Like, I felt like I have been in that predicament before, where I'm just thinking I'm so lonely, I'm so despaired. And I could just really feel empathy for Eddie at this point in this. Obviously he goes on kind of like a soul searching journey with Venom, his other. But obviously Venom's quiet inside of him because of everything that's happened, and because Venom now hasn't got his god, as a sense, because obviously they've killed the god. So a lot happens in this. I definitely give this 5 out of 5 stars. I loved this. This was amazing. And it's just the writing for me, I just absolutely enjoyed. Now obviously this goes, and me being stupid, and I know that I'm getting old now because I'm just not looking into stuff as much, but this series goes into absolute carnage. Me not knowing that, and me just being completely stupid, thinking, oh, I need to get the next volume because it's really good. So the next volume is Absolute Carnage. Now I won't be reviewing this because I want to get the Absolute Carnage whole omnibus, which is about £57 on Forbidden Planet in England. I have found it in other places that are like £80 and stuff. And that comes out in July, so I won't be reviewing anything now for that, but I definitely think that you should give this a read. It's just fantastic, and it definitely captivates the reader, I'd definitely say, on the story like no other. But I just can't get over the writing of this and how well Danny has written this, and obviously all of his colleagues, as well as how it's just overall it's just been very, very good. I obviously don't want to give too much away for you guys, so that you can go and read it if you ever want to, but yes, this does go into Absolute Carnage, and I have actually reviewed Deadpool versus Absolute Carnage, so I will pop that down below, and also me not knowing that was to do with Absolute Carnage. So this is how you know I'm getting on, because I don't research as much as I used to, because I just enjoy the comics itself. But I definitely won't be reviewing any more until I probably get Omnibus. I'm going to try and wait until July, August time to see if I can find the actual paperback or a laminate kind of cover instead of the hardback cover, because hardback covers are always more expensive. So the Omnibus that I want to buy is a hardback, and obviously that's £57. But that's a lot of money personally for myself. I know there's over like 40 issues in it or whatever, but I'm going to hopefully try and find another cover for it, because I just can't justify paying £57. So you won't be seeing another review of me doing any Absolute Carnage or Venom until I have got an omnibus of it, because I want to see every single storyline with Absolute Carnage. Because if you do not know, for Marvel, my favourite villain is Carnage. I started reading Carnage back in 2015, I think, and ever since then I've just loved him. But I will try. I am on Depop also, by the way, guys. I'll put that down below. But I do try and I am this year, like as a resolution, I am trying to find. I am trying to use less stores in a sense, and just buy everything second-hand Depop, because obviously it's a bit more cheaper and it goes into someone else's pocket. So I am going to try and find other comics that I can review for you guys on Depop. But if you guys know anybody who does comics in the UK and sells them in the UK and ships to the UK and not the US, then link them down below if you know anyone from Depop. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe. Bye. Hey guys, so I just want to add a quick note. I do have a second channel that was for my vaping channel, but me and my boyfriend have now thought we're not going to do that anymore. Although those videos will stay on that channel, I thought that I would reuse that channel as a review channel, so where I review films, animated films, TV shows at the very end of it. So basically I am going to be starting a DC animated series on there. I have quite a few that I bought from Depop. I'll put my Depop handle down below, and I'll also put the channel down below. If you guys want to go and subscribe to that, that would be great. But my video that I will be putting up there on there soon will be of I think it's Wonder Woman 2019 animated film, and I'll be giving a full review of that. I'm going to make sure that obviously I keep the reviews quite short, 10 minutes max, but I don't have that many subscribers on there, so it would be great if you guys could go and subscribe and let me know what you want me to review. At the moment I am watching quite a lot of TV shows, so I'm watching like the DC series, Harley Quinn, Westworld, Flash, Supergirl, DC Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, I thought you guys would just want to know that in case you want to see more of me.